welcome back to part 2 of the LS swap FJ60 build. This time around I'm going to work on getting the fuel up to the motor so we're not running off that little gas can I had sitting up here. Basically get this thing set running. I pulled the radiator out. I've got it kind of solidifying right now. We're going to see if JB Weld plugs it up or not, but anyways, throw that radiator back in, basically fire it up, get it driving, try to get the brakes off, adjust the brakes if I need to. I think I'm probably gonna have to bleed the brakes because the pedal's just going straight to the floor, so hopefully there's no major issue there, but I'm hoping I can get this thing running this weekend, or driving at least this weekend. We'll see. But yeah, another thing, I kind of want to get this fender kind of hammered out so I can actually bolt it on the full way, because it's just kind of hanging on 2 bolts up here and the door won't open. So that's the other thing. Yeah, so other than that, let's freaking get this guy going. Oh, and actually I'm going to show you guys some of the parts that came in for the LS stuff too, so you kind of have an idea of what I'm doing, what the plan is and stuff. So yeah, but first let's get this guy driving. First off, what I'm going to be doing is I dumped a 5-gallon jug of fresh fuel in the tank. I'm going to take this air chuck hose nozzle and this rag, and I'm basically going to wrap it around it, shove it into the gas thing where you fill up at your filler nozzle, and push air, and I'm going to have it basically come up. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here, but I'm going to force the air up until it comes out of this hose right here. I don't know if I can get it off. But basically I'm going to push air through it until fuel starts coming out here, so I know the line is primed and at least there's fuel to the fuel pump, and then the fuel pump can take it from there. A little bit of junk in there, but it actually looks pretty decent. So if anything, there's a factory fuel filter spot right there. I can just throw on a cheapo fuel filter and grab probably most of the stuff, but for our purposes that'll work just fine just to get this thing driving. So cool, happy with that. We got fuel up to the fuel pump now. On to the next thing. Might as well start getting this fender off of here, get it kind of straightened out. There we go. It fits way better now. I can actually almost line up bolt holes. These are pretty close, but everything back here, that's almost touching now, so I can just send bolts, hold it in. When this is sucked in, actually look at this gap here. Dang, look at that gap. So it's way better than what it was. And when I open this driver's door, all the clearance in the world. When I bolt it down, it'll be better. but yeah, so I'll just hammer this guy back a little bit, make it a little bit flush. Okay, now the fender's all situated. Let's go ahead and throw this radiator in there. Alright, so radiator's in, and I found this turkey baster that I used last time for the last truck underneath this truck. So it's been catching stuff. We're just gonna recycle this. But I'm gonna use a filter, so I'm not that crazy. Okay, everybody, it's the next day. And well, as you can hear and see, the radiator is being drained at this time. I actually did get it running and driving. I bled the brakes. I think it's gonna need a new master cylinder because the brakes are being weird. There's a couple pinholes in the radiator. The heater hose was dripping, so I plugged those off with some vice grips, so that worked. And then I think one of the freeze plugs was popped out a little bit, so it's kind of dripping down the side of the freeze plug. But other than that, and huge vacuum leaks, it was driving pretty good. I only got a video that I'll post right here right now. And aside from that, other than the different size tires on it just making the front end bind up a bunch, it actually drives pretty good. So the next step is going to be basically yank this motor and transmission out. Hopefully somebody wants to buy them, that'd be cool. And then start throwing that 6-liter in here. With all that said, I think we're going to end up ending this video here now that we got it running and driving. And I know I was gonna show you guys some of the parts and stuff for the LS, but it's just wiring harness and stuff like that. Getting an adapter for the transfer case. I got a turbo 400 to go to the 6-liter, etc. So I might start the next video with that, might not, I don't know. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed, and well, I think we're gonna end it on that chain of unfortunate events. Thanks, guys, and hopefully we see you on the next one.